P-6 Farms has one of the 5 operating roller coasters in the Houston area, while being mainly open for their ever-popular Fall Festival event. With this being a working farm, and with many other activities around the coaster, just how good of an experience is this farm? And what can you expect from visiting? Find out in this review. P-6 Farms opened in 1973 as a cattle ranch before diversifying into growing crops. Then, in 2011, they added a corn maze and slowly grew their attraction lineup from there. In 2020, they acquired a Myler manufacturing kiddie coaster that they added to their overall lineup, officially making this park an amusement park and getting on the map for coaster enthusiasts like myself. P-6 Farms only opens 2 times a year, for about 6 weeks around October, normally the 5 weeks leading up to Halloween, and the weekend after Halloween, for their Fall Festival, which is their main amusement event. They did open for an extra bonus weekend in November in 2025, and given the date of Halloween, they might continue to do that in the future. They also open their attractions for 2 weeks around Easter, usually Palm Sunday and Easter Sunday weekends. They used to have a You Pick blackberries and sunflowers during late May to late June, but that was discontinued after the crops died due to the Texas heat in 2023. For the final 3 weekends of October, the park has warned in the past that they can easily reach capacity and to go ahead and buy tickets in advance. With their ticket structure now, there's really no way they're probably ever actually going to hit capacity, but these weekends will be busy, so do plan accordingly. If you buy early, which you should do for any of the coaster farm parks in Texas, you can get early bird tickets for as low as $15 a person. This is reduced even more for Easter. I've gotten tickets as low as $13.71 after taxes and fees, so that price makes it hard for me to say no to riding Cyclone, and is the cheapest unlimited ride pass for a coaster in Texas, beating Holly Springs Farm's $15 wristband. There is not a reduced price for children, though children 2 and under are free. Regular admission will be $26 per person, $30 after taxes and fees, which is still cheaper than $40 or so that other farm parks will charge guests for not buying tickets early. I do recommend again buying during those pre-sales, if you know that you want to visit the farm. All tickets now are any day tickets, so once you buy one, you can feel free to show up whenever. The last weekend of the season normally allows teachers and first responders in for free, so if you fall into one of these categories, you just need to show your ID and they'll easily let you in. They seemed really chill about this, so I doubt that they would be too picky as long as you're close to one of those categories, such as say a school district employee instead of maybe an actual teacher. More importantly, if you're seeking many laps on the coaster, you'll probably want to arrive early, especially on those aforementioned busy weekends. This coaster has a queue line that's longer than ZDT Switchback, and it will get full after the park's been open for about an hour. This is not because of slow operations, which seems to plague so many kiddie coasters, especially at larger parks. This is simply due to demand. The operations on this coaster were very fast, at batching groups of 10 to ride, and then quickly loading and checking restraints. Probably some of the best dispatches I've ever seen for a kiddie coaster. There are just so many kids with young families that attend this event that the place is overflowing with people looking for something to do. When riding earlier on a quieter day around Easter, the operators actually rounded up extra staff members to go ahead and ride the coaster with me, so that I could get the full experience of it going fast. Like really, who does something like that just to make someone's experience better? For those looking to feel the coaster go with a full load, this likely won't be an issue, as that line should be plenty deep most days. If you're just looking to ride the coaster, you can try hitting up the park towards the end of the day, as families should be leaving by then. The last entry is normally an hour before the park closes, though I've only been in the mornings as that works best with my work schedule. Despite the crowds, food is expensive, or more just at amusement park prices, which is understandable since it's a smaller amusement park with limited operating days. Drinks will cost around $4 to $6 a piece, and food is closer to $8 for a snack and $14 for a burger. As food prices are rising everywhere, these aren't terrible, but it may be easier to feed a family before or after visiting the farm than trying to eat here. They do not allow outside food, so you can't bring like a family picnic or anything, which is understandable, but would also just be a really nice thing to do as a family. The attraction lineup is rather thin. They used to list many attractions on the website, which kind of confused me, but most of those were just photo ops, and they have trimmed this down nowadays, so it should be more about what you'll experience. Still, courtyard activities, tractor graveyard, giant swing, sunflower swing, giant P-6 sign, and giant chair are listed as attractions on the website. And again, these are really just photo ops and overall farm theming. Only 3 attractions are restricted to only children: the children's Ferris wheel, Old Tin Wheel, the Kiddie Whip, which hasn't been opened when I have visited, and I don't think it has operated in years, and Rockin' Willie's, the kiddie car. These are listed with a max height of 50 inches, with 66 inches for the Kiddie Whip. These are all in a nice row, so it's really easy to tell, especially with a height restriction sign out front. The jumping pillow does allow adults up to 225 pounds, but since there's normally a large number of kids bouncing around on it, I don't feel like it's really suitable for an adult to join in unless you have kids on it as well. But I did enjoy my brief time bouncing on it. Other seasonal farm-style attractions do exist. The star of this is going to be their corn maze, which normally has had a shorter 10-minute family path and a longer path that takes up to 30 minutes in the past. The shorter path, and it was still really long, is normally themed to Spookily the Square Pumpkin and goes through that story. This year there appeared to be just one big path, though arriving late in the season, the maze was rather beaten down by the time I got there. So if you want to experience the maze at its peak, I suggest visiting early in the fall season. And the maze is really nice, but not like entirely filled in with corn, but still a way above average maze. The easier one isn't going to be too hard, so you're not likely to get too lost inside of it. But that longer version is designed to take up to 30 minutes, and they do give you a map that you will likely need unless you want to keep wandering around, as it's the only corn maze that I've really gotten lost inside. These mazes are cut out to represent different shapes each year, but it is still a strong challenge just navigating through them in the hot sun. But it's really a solid farm activity for those looking for a big maze. As a farm, they do have pumpkins and sunflowers that you can also purchase, if you're looking to do so in the fall spirit. The other fall activity is Farmer Bo's Pig Races. This is a fun animal show, but is extremely popular. For example, I got to the pig races a few minutes after they started. They have a noon, 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. show, and they do close the roller coaster for the races. And there wasn't even standing room around the stadium to be able to clearly watch the show. It's only a 15-minute show with Farmer Bo making corny jokes, which is broken up by a few different points where some of the pigs or other farm animals race around the course. It's not an incredible show, but it really hits the spot for a fall family show that includes the farm animals. So I can see why it's popular, and you should definitely make plans to see it on your visit to P-6 Farms. Easter offers a bit different seasonal theming, and doesn't include the corn maze or pig races. And this is lighter theming as the event is shorter and not quite as popular. The Easter theming with the Easter Bunny is pretty cool, so I have enjoyed that in the past, though it's not as plentiful as the fall theming. There are egg hunts for the kids. They seem to limit kids at 12 eggs, which seems like a reasonable amount for the little ones. It's not a super fancy egg hunt, but it's nice for those who want a little Easter activity to add on to their visit. As for the other attractions, there is a barn with a variety of different animals in it so that you can really experience being on a farm.
That's what everybody's around.
When they have them, there might even be baby animals in here for you to see, but that just kinda depends on what animals the farm has. Still, it is nice being able to see real farm animals when you can. A few smaller activities exist, such as the duck race where you fill tubes with water and race rubber duckies, and in the main courtyard, there are also a few other activities, such as the Tire Mountain, that you can partake in. For an upcharge, you can purchase apples to use in the Apple Blaster range, or paintballs for the paintball range, which is just neat to watch and worth trying if you're feeling so inclined. Both are $6 including tax, so they aren't an expensive upcharge, and you can pay with a credit card or your phone. The paintball is the better value as you get a good amount of paintballs, and shooting at the faraway targets can be enjoyable when you get a hit. The up-close target should move and be fun to hit with the paintballs, but this was broken on my visit. For the apple cannons, you only get 5 apples for the price, so not the best in value, and aiming can be a bit difficult as I missed on a few of my shots. Still, firing a massive cannon and getting a giant splat with your apple is just so satisfying. And part of this experience is being close enough to really enjoy those around you shooting as well.
Oh, I missed. Oh.
The main amusement rides besides the coaster are the Cow Train, Texas High Roller, Fun Slide, and Glass Fun House. The Cow Train is a tractor-pulled ride where you ride in cow-themed barrels. With a nice slow appeal for families, it offers decent enough bumps that make it an enjoyable ride for the whole family. And the course will vary slightly over the course of different visits. On my recent ride, I got like legit airtime on some of the pops, so it was much more enjoyable than in past seasons. Plus, it's just an adorable farm ride. Texas High Roller is their vintage Ferris wheel that offers great views of the farm, as well as just being a classic ride. With low capacity, this ride will likely get close to a 30-minute wait if it is busy, so I suggest doing this first if you want to avoid the wait. The Fun Slide is a traditional bag slide that you can find at other fairs. It offers a decent quick slide, but with how long the line is, isn't the best if you get a poor ride. I have gone in faster rides on many of my visits, and they've even given me a plastic sheet to put underneath my bag so I can go faster, at least at certain times in the past. They've said that certain lanes are faster based on how they wax them, so if you're looking to maximize your thrills, I would definitely ask which lane is going to be the best. On my recent visit, the bags were wet, and the slide was going very slowly because of this, with like everyone stalling out about halfway down. Though this isn't really normal for this slide. The final ride would be the Walkthrough Funhouse, which, it being essentially a glass maze, this is enjoyable for what it is, as it's a bit difficult to find the correct path at times.
Wait. I need a little...
So, what about Cyclone? This classic kiddie coaster from Myler Manufacturing has 9 other clones throughout the United States, with 2 others operating in Texas. I place this as the middle coaster of these 3 clones, with Dipsy Doodle at Mainstay Farms just ahead of it, and Santa's Runaway Sleigh at Yesterland Farm behind it. The coaster has a lap bar and a strap belt that comes down to keep you in place, but does rest above your lap. This allows for quick operations while still leaving one free to be jerked around during the ride, which is one of my favorite parts about a kiddie coaster. After leaving the station, you go up a quick lift hill before dropping down a curved drop. This offers enough lateral forces that you'll be jerked around as you drop down, causing the main sense of forces that you'll feel on this ride. With a quick turn here, it is not really able to offer airtime or even laterals in the traditional sense, but you do get a feeling like you're thrown around. The next hill offers a bit more of a tossed around feeling at the top, which kinda substitutes for airtime, and might even be a little bit of airtime as you sway back and forth at the top of the hill. The final 2 hills feel like they try to either give you airtime or a nice tossed around feeling, but you take them slowly so that you don't get many forces on them. Just an almost feeling, which is better than nothing. Then you go around the track multiple times. When it is slower, the operators will give 4 laps. Once the line gets longer, laps are reduced to only 3. The last lap you do go noticeably slower, which makes the final 2 hills go from that almost airtime feeling to virtually nothing as you prepare to slow to a stop. My most recent trip saw Cyclone running a bit slow, but this likely was a result of recent weather, and the park was testing it in the morning, trying to get it going as fast as possible. Overall, how good is P-6 Farms? With a charming farm feel and enjoyable rides, this park is a nice step out of the city and onto a farm. Between an old Ferris wheel, a nice fun house, pig races, and the chance to shoot apples for an upcharge, plus one of the best corn mazes around, this park has enjoyable activities. As a thrill seeker, or really just someone seeking out rides, the lack of additional rides hurts, especially when combined with the fact that long lines will exist for the few attractions on the farm. However, this fall festival was filled with families and really young kids, and the simple charm and attractions seem to cater very well to that age group. The kiddie coaster is good enough to keep me coming back simply because $15 to ride it is too good of an offer to pass up. So any disappointment in the offerings should be balanced out by a very affordable price. I rank P-6 Farms right above Yesterland Farms in my rankings of Texas parks. Yesterland Farms, near Dallas, has a lot more rides, and 4 total kiddie coasters. So it makes up for my main issue with P-6 Farms. However, it has been confusing on my visits to know exactly which rides are offered, and where to find them. Plus, I've just left with a general dissatisfaction from this confusion on my visits to Yesterland Farm, whereas P-6 Farms offers strong and enjoyable farm charm, so I can always leave satisfied from my visit.
I could not get a seat.
I rank P-6 Farms right below Hurricane Harbor's Splashtown, which is ranked due to formerly having a coaster. Splashtown is a charming water park with a lot of trees, though its layout is a bit awkward, likely due to its constant changes in ownership. The thrill slides here just edge out anything P-6 Farms has to offer, despite how much I love Cyclone. Though Splashtown has had very bad operations on my recent visits, so there is definitely a case that P-6 Farms is the better overall experience, especially with their friendly and strong operations. Do you enjoy fall festivals? What do you like on kiddie coasters? Let me know, and as always, Krap Kun Krap.
I bounced on one of those with a KOA one, so it's fun. You gonna go down there?
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't so crowded or whatnot.
Yeah. Go ahead down
But,
there.
yep.